Hey guys, so it has been forever since I've made a video on this channel and I'm so sorry about that. I've just been so distracted, and then I got sick this week. I got really bad sunburn at the beach and there's this weird shadow going on right here. I don't know what it is, so excuse the shadow. If you're wondering why I sound like I'm continuously holding my nose, it's because I'm sick, so yeah, just excuse that. This is all the books that I've read in the month of July, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. Some of these books I had to take back to the library, well actually most of these books, so I don't have them in person to show, so just excuse that. Most of them I do have, but some of them I don't. So let's just get into the books I read. The first book I read this month was Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi. Oh my gosh, I loved this series so much. It's part of the Shatter Me series. It was just like the perfect ending to the series. I really wish it was longer, and I really wish there was an epilogue. But other than that, I really loved how it ended, and I really enjoyed the book. I gave it 5 stars, I think, on Goodreads, and I just loved it. The next book that I read this month was Across the Universe by Beth Revis, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, I'm pretty sure, and the only reason I gave it 4 stars is because the first, 90 pages of it were extremely boring, and then it got interesting, but other than that I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to continue on with the series, and I really liked it. The next book that I read was Legend by Marie Lu, and I loved this book so much. The next book that I read this month was Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and I loved this book so much. It had a big impact on me. I don't know why. I really loved it, and the ending, you know what I'm talking about if you read it. It was just so amazing. I love this book so much, and I would recommend it to anyone. The next book that I read was Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and oh my gosh, it's part of the Lux series if you did not know, and this book was so much fun to read. It was just loads and oodles of good time. It is a paranormal romance book, I would call it. The narrator, Katie, is freaking hilarious, and there's Damon Black in it, and Damon Black is quite attractive. I love the series so much. Next book I read was Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson, and I adored this book. It was so cute. It was so much fun. It was a perfect summer read. The next book that I read was Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson, and this was such a cute contemporary novel. It's about Amy and Roger, and they go on a road trip, and it's just about finding yourself, and it's about this love story. It's so cute. And it's just sort of a self-discovery kind of thing with a road trip aspect to it, and then it has the romance. I just adored this book. Everyone should read it. I just loved it. Next book I read was also a Morgan Matson book, and that is Since You've Been Gone, and that's actually a very new book from her, and I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads just because it wasn't the greatest book in the world, but I really enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun to read. It's about I forget what the girl's name was. I read it a while ago. It's about this girl who her best friend goes away, and she leaves her this letter of a bucket list to do in the summer, and she has to do all those things before she finds her best friend, and it's just so much fun. The romance in it is so cute. I just adored it. The next book that I read is one that I actually have, and it is This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. And I gave this 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads just because it wasn't that great, but it was still a cute romancy story. There were some flaws in it, it was a little boring. The characters weren't very developed that much, so it was a cute story, but it wasn't the greatest book in the world, if you know what I mean. The next book that I read is Prodigy by Marie Lu. This is the second book in the Legend series, and oh my gosh, this book is so good. It has these really cool uneven pages like the Shatter Me books. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read Champion, so I'm really excited. The next book I read was Onyx by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this is the second book in the Lux series. I just adore these books. The only thing about this series, the covers aren't very beautiful. Yeah, you could see it with your eyes. It's obviously not a cute cover. I mean, if you're into the raunchy romance novel looking covers, maybe you'll like it, but it really has nothing to do with the entire book series. Looking past the cover, this book was hilarious. It was so much fun to read. I adore these series so much. Next, I read Love, Rosie by Cecilia Ahern, and she is actually the daughter of the Prime Minister of Ireland, so that's cool. This book is about Rosie Doon, or Dunn, Rosie Dunn, Rosie Doon, and it's actually going to be made a movie. That's why I read the book, that's how I found out about it. The book is basically just a bunch of letters and instant messages and magazine or newspaper articles, and you just go through 50 years of Rosie's life, and Rosie and Alex, her best friend, are in love with each other this entire book, but they stay best friends. And yeah, that's basically the entire premise of the book. So I would recommend this book to anyone. It was so just light and fluffy, and at times it was sad because, you know, it's over the span of 50 years. People are gonna die, obviously. But oh, I just adored this book. I cannot wait for the movie. I'm just so excited for it. And yes, my friend Morgan got this book for 50 cents. I don't know how you did it because I got it from the library. I wish I could own this book. Yeah, the cover is like very nice. I like the colors. I don't know why. I would recommend it to all. The next book I read was For, a Divergent Collection by the beautiful and wonderful and amazing Veronica Roth. Oh, this book was just so much fun to read. I gave it 5 stars. Some people didn't like it for some reason. I guess because some of the scenes near the end were a little bit repetitive from the Divergent book. Like they were the same scenes just with Tobias's point of view, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to read. I read it in like a day or like 2 days. Just a super quick read. It is a series of 4 novellas, and there's like a few short stories at the end. And yeah, it was just amazing. I love the cover. I love the colors of it. It's beautiful. I love it. And yeah, it was great. Yay! The last book that I read this month, the 13th book that I read, is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. And oh, I was so excited to read this. I started reading it last night and I finished it this morning. I just sped through this. It was amazing. I love that I bought it because it's just so new feeling, and the cover is just like, yes, it's beautiful. I adored this book. Etienne St. Clair is my love. He is like the perfect man. And yes, this book was just oodles of cuteness and joy, and everyone needs to read this. It was just happiness in a book. So read this book. I cannot wait to read Lola and Boy Next Door, which is also by Stephanie Perkins, next book in the trilogy. So that is all the books that I read this month. I read 13 books, which is very good. I read a lot this month. So yeah, that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe if you like these kind of videos. And I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!